copy paste the strategy to make your first $1,000 online. This is a beginner's roadmap for starting an online service business from scratch. And by the way, you do not need experience, followers, or money to start. So the first step is choose a service. Do not reinvent the wheel. Right now, the higher demand services, which are for beginners like yourselves, are these all like short form video editing or podcast editing or thumbnail design, AI website design, social media management, script writing, etc. etc. If you have any other service in your mind, you can pick that as well because it's a general guide. Now, if you can't decide, I would say pick short form video editing because it is one of the most demanded services right now, and it will be for a very long time because short form content is only going up from here because it has a lot of recurring clients, huge creator demand, easy to showcase, beginner friendly, and fast improvement cycle. And you can also start it for free. And this is a warning, do not switch skills every single week. At least commit for 30 days when you start. Now, step two is learn the skill extremely fast. Now, your goal here is not mastery, your goal is to become useful enough to get paid. So, when you're starting out, you don't need to be perfect at every single thing in your skill. You just need to be good enough that you can get paid. Now, you can search these exact keywords for these three services which I recommend you to start, which is video editing, thumbnail design, and AI website design. If you want to make a lot of money, then you should probably go into AI website design because it's going crazy out there actually right now. You can search up these keywords and you'll find a lot of courses and everything for absolutely free to learn about your skill. Now, one important thing about this is do not buy courses yet. Second thing is only use YouTube and Google to search up these keywords because you need to be focused. And if you go on all sorts of platforms, PDFs, and etc., you will get very confused and you will get nothing done basically. Then step three is build a portfolio. Now you do not need real clients to start because that would be weird because it's your first time making money online. So what you can do is sample project ideas, basically re-edit a podcast clip, redesign a YouTube thumbnail, improve an Instagram reel, create a fake landing page, etc., etc. And the portfolio checklist is as follows. You need to show before and after to actually show what value you bring to the table. You need to show improvements, creativity, and also keep it niche specific. Now, this is also another thing which is very important is make 3 to 5 strong samples and not 50 because that is a huge blunder. You just need to make sure that you're not making hundreds of samples, which is weird. Just showcase your 3 to 5 best pieces of work, which will make sure that it's easy to access and easy to watch, and they should be able to make a perception about you really, really fast. The next thing is build your lead machine. Now, this is where most people fail because they absolutely forget that they just can't do random cold outreach. It doesn't work like that. So, first thing you need is a lead list for outreach, then follow-ups, then meeting, then client. Now, what I recommend beginners is that only use these two platforms, which is Instagram and Gmail, and actually use one of them, not both of them at the same time, because it's just beginning out and you can't really handle both platforms at once. I mean, you can, but it is not recommended for beginners. So what I would say is, first of all, choose one platform out of this. You can either DM people on Instagram, DM leads on Instagram, or you can email people on Gmail, of course, right? So first thing is you need a CRM tracker on Google Sheets, absolutely free of cost, which needs to have name, niche, email, Instagram, followers, sent or not sent, follow up 1, follow up 2, follow up 3, replied, booked, or closed. Now, all of these things need to be there, like replied, booked, or closed can be in a drop down menu. Then sent and or not sent can be in a drop down menu. And all of these things need to be tracked because if you don't track these, then you're not actually tracking your progress. Now, you could either go for the method which I've listed here, which is add 10 to 20 leads daily and send out 10 to 20 emails or messages on Instagram. It's up to you. But there's also another method where you just sit for a couple of days and collect leads, like 100 to 100 leads, and then basically spend the next week or two actually emailing and sending out messages. So that is also something you can do. Now, next step is find leads. Now, what I usually recommend is make sure that you're following the simplest method when you're starting out. So for Instagram, you just need to search terms like these in whatever industry you're working and basically look for inconsistent content, weak editing, poor thumbnails, low views versus followers, active posting. This is for the specific skill of graphic design or video editing. You can search for different stuff on Instagram as well, just like this, where you can basically see that there are shortcomings in terms of anything. Now, the Instagram method is you could basically select a niche and go hard into it. Then, same with Google and Gmail method. You can go to YouTube to actually search up for leads, or you could search up these terms. And what you need to do is collect email, socials, and content links. So, basically, track everything. Now, this is very important because opportunity exists where content quality is weak. So, whenever you see someone's website and and it looks like it was made in 2011, just that is the best prospect because they don't have the adequate quality yet, and they might be looking to update email or DM at the right time. You might get lucky and you might close them. Now, step 6 is send outreach. Now, these are some basic templates. I won't recommend just pick up these and send them. This is great for a beginner who is just beginning out and he's going to send 100 200 DMs or emails. You can use these, but these are extremely generalized. But if you actually want to close clients, I can actually make another video to exactly explain how you can create great templates for your niche, because it's a very big topic. But for the timing, if you're just starting out, use these Instagram DM template or email templates. And it's actually just really easy because these are very simple, because like they don't have a crazy hook or an opener, but they are still non-salesy, low friction, curiosity based, personalized, and not desperate. So these might land you some clients, who knows. But I personally use a much more detailed or a much more personalized version of this. But yeah, I can make another video if you want. Just comment down if you want another video on what kind of outreach actually works and which one performs well in what industry or what niche. Now, the step 7 is actually follow-ups, and this is extremely important because you see, when you're DMing or emailing someone who can actually pay you $1,000 or maybe even more than that, then you have to assume that they are busy. So follow-ups are a way to make sure that your message keeps popping up, and you basically can do 3 follow-ups as I've mentioned here. They don't need to be exactly this. You can design your own follow-ups from AI or by yourself. It's up to you. But the thing is that follow-ups are extremely important because you need to make sure that you are following up with the person until and unless he actually says no, I don't need your service. Then you can easily stop, because now you know that the prospect is not interested. But if they haven't replied yet, then you cannot be sure that they just haven't seen the message. So follow-ups are extremely important. Now, the KPI tracker for this is reply rate percentage. That's extremely important to know if your outreach copy or basically DM copy, email copy is working or not. Meeting book rate, again, that is also very important. And close rate as well is very important, but close rate is not really the beginner's thing, because you have to close multiple clients over time, have to do thousands of DMs and emails to actually get to a point where you need to actually track close rate. Now, just keep in mind that the goal of outreach is not to make money, the goal is to book calls. Now, just keep in mind that outreach is never going to instantly make you money. You just need to book calls, and the call is the actual thing which decides if you'll get paid or not, and if the person will get closed or not, or even if they are a great fit or not. Now, step 8 is cold close clients. Now, I have enlisted a very simple sales tactic here. It's not very detailed. I can go into a lot more detail and make another video on exactly how to close clients, on what to do and what not to do. But again, that's a very deep topic. I could make literally tens of videos on it. But right now, I'm giving you some beginner friendly advice. So, first thing is, when you hop on the call, you need to build comfort. So where they are from, goals, and current struggles. So these are some basic questions you can ask to make them comfortable and to sort of introduce yourself to them, and just like build a vibe to basically ease up the situation depending on the lead. Step 2 is diagnose their problems. So when they've told you what their current struggles are, maybe they don't have enough time to take care of what you're going to offer them. Maybe they are inconsistent in sort of posting. Maybe they have weak retention. Maybe they have no system for anything they're doing. So you need to diagnose their problems and tell them that this is their problem, and confirm that is this their problem, and that works wonders for me. Now, the third thing is show the vision. For example, if you're an editor, then better editing is equal to more attention is equal to more growth. Now, it cannot be this simple because it just looks bullshit. You need to be more elaborate about it. You need to be more elaborate about the service you're offering. But this is just an example for that. And the fourth thing is the present the offer. So whenever you hop on a call, you need to have a deck or some sort of strategy or some sort of asset you can show them, which needs to be personalized, by the way. Then comes the pricing, which you can tell them after you have presented the offer and ask them any follow up questions about the offer. And after that, sixth part is close, where you could basically ask them if they like it and if they want to move forward. Now, if they say that they want to move forward and they have to think about it first, so just don't let them go first. Just ask them to book a follow-up call a week later or 2 weeks later. Already while you're sitting on the call, that's a very important tip, because sometimes they, after the call, they forget and they ghost you, and that's costing you money literally, and a lot of wasted effort and wasted time. So it's better that before they say I want to think about it, you book another call or try to objection handle. But I've seen that when you try to objection handle, a lot of prospects sort of get more defensive, and you don't want that. You want to make sure that they feel comfortable. So a follow-up call is much better to discuss stuff and actually close them. By the way, do not overcomplicate sales. Just make sure that this is the actual structure. You can add your questions, your personal comments or lines, but this should be your framework. Now, this is why most people never make money online. First thing is switching skills constantly. Do not do this. If you're an editor, stay an editor. Don't try to be a thumbnail designer or an AI website editor all at the same time. A lot of people make this mistake. Don't make it. It's a bullshit mistake. It will cost you in execution, because you won't be able to execute your work if you just keep doing this. Then second is quitting too early. It took me the first 4 months when I started a business to close my first client. Just keep that in mind. If you are 6 months in and you haven't closed a client, stop the business. I would recommend even then don't stop if you're passionate about it. But still, first 6 months, nothing happens, you haven't learned, stop it, because then it's just something you are not trained in. But yeah, at least try for 6 months. At least I would say go even further, try until you die, which is kind of dramatic, but still 6 months is the minimum on in any online business before you first close your first client. Third is fear of rejection. Do not fear rejection, because it is just a stepping stone to the next yes. Now, overlearning is a big thing as well. Now, if you're an overachiever in life, do not try at all to overlearn stuff, because it will not do you any favors. When you're starting out, you do not need to know everything about Adobe or everything about some software. Just learn enough to sell your product. Next is inconsistency. Now, I'm a big victim of inconsistency as well, so I can relate to you. Try to be as consistent as you can, and if you can't be consistent, actually try to make sure that you do it on alternatives. Basically, do every second day or do every third day, but just keep doing it. Now, not sending enough outreach is another thing, because I have also realized this, that if your qualification of prospects is not that good, you might need to send 1,000 emails to get one client. But if your qualification of prospects is good, you might need to send 10 emails to close two clients. Who knows? So that's the thing with it. I can make another video about qualifying prospects as well, how to do that in detail. Just comment down if you want that video. Now, the next thing is your first client will change everything, because you will have more confidence. Referrals might begin if your work is good and consistent. Proof of work appears, that you can actually believe yourself that this is working and I can do this 10 times over and make $10,000, or 100 times over and make $100,000. And it's honestly one of the best things, because when you close your first client, you're building a stepping stone and confidence at the same time. And this is the point where momentum starts. So when you close your first client, then you want to move towards your second very fast, then third, then fourth, then five. And that is exactly why your skill will improve faster as well, because now you have work to do. And the more clients you close, the more work you have, the more trained you get, the better systems you get. So growth is the reason why you'll get better at your work. Now, this is the last thing, which is the loop. And this is literally how online agencies are built. So the first thing is you learn, then you build, then you outreach, then you follow up, then you close, then you repeat. This is just 6 steps, but it might take 6 months to execute this one time to actually get a client. And then the loop becomes faster and faster and faster with time as you get better. And yeah, that was about it. This was a no bullshit video. I didn't introduce myself and nothing. But yeah, my name is Vansh, and I run an online business at 19, almost 20 in July. Yeah, I run Mango Finds, which is a podcast post production company. We don't sell one service, we sell a package of services, or you could say a bundle of services, where we actually help in scaling podcasts through better packaging, better everything basically. Actually, it's like 6 in the morning and I'm recording this video. And I hope you like this video. And if you like this video, just like click the like button and comment down your thoughts. Comment down if you want any different other kind of video about businesses. And yeah, I think that's about it. And I'll see you in the next one.